Hey guys, welcome to another MobiFlight video. My name is Sebastian, I'm the creator of MobiFlight, and I'm super excited to talk about something that happened a couple of weeks ago. MobiFlight moved to GitHub, yes, and that's awesome. And if you agree that it's awesome, or if you don't really understand why it's awesome, it really doesn't matter. Watch this video to the end and find out of how you can actually get actively involved in the open source project and become a contributor. Yeah. All right, cool stuff. So here we are. Let's take a closer look and learn what GitHub is about and what that means for MobiFlight. So first of all, one step back, MobiFlight, in the intro, I said MobiFlight is an open source project. So what does that mean? Open source project means that the source code from which MobiFlight is built, so the firmware that goes on the Arduino, but also the MobiFlight connector that runs on your computer, all the source code is in a repository. So, and also recently I saw there was a lot of cool contributions to MobiFlight, and I thought, how can we actually improve the involvement by people? So yeah, thinking about it, it became obvious that we should move to GitHub with the source code. So GitHub is the world's largest, biggest platform for hosting source code. It's also a platform to collaborate. And that's where GitHub provides you really cool tools to work together, to track work. And I'm 100% convinced that using GitHub will help MobiFlight to have a bigger reach for people who are actually interested in contributing to such a project. Yeah, and they're willing to spend time and review the code and come up with suggestions or new ideas and implement features. How it just recently happened with some of the cool stuff that got released from MobiFlight, like the installer by Croc and the shift register and the potentiometer support by Manfred Berry. And there were also little kind of improvements by other people. And sorry that I'm not going to name all of you guys, but that's really awesome. That's the idea behind GitHub. So let's take a closer look at what MobiFlight on GitHub looks like. And let's also go over the things that you can learn about MobiFlight and how you actually can get involved in MobiFlight. All right, so this is github.com if you navigate to it on your browser. And as you can see, I'm not logged in right now. You can actually look for MobiFlight using the search function, and then you will see that there's MobiFlight connector, MobiFlight panels. Everything is under the MobiFlight project. And here you can see that even if you don't own or if you haven't created a GitHub user account yet, you have a lot of cool stuff, a lot of good information about the project. So first of all, there is the code tab here. So the MobiFlight connector is the application that runs on your computer that allows you to configure everything and to manage your Arduino boards and upload firmware and stuff. And then, yeah, well, this is basically the entire code base. You can see that there's firmware source, but also the entire application. So if you are knowledgeable enough to download Visual Studio 2019 and then you clone this repository and you load it up in Visual Studio, you can actually compile it, build it on your own computer, and yeah, make little maybe modifications to it. So that's perfectly fine. That's the intention about open source. And also it's really cool because there's nothing hidden in the software, right? That's another assurance. Everyone can take a look. And all right, one thing, MobiFlight connector is actually just one of 4 different repositories that you can find under the MobiFlight GitHub account. So there's the MobiFlight was a module. That's another repository for our module to connect to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And there's 2 more, which are actually maintained by the community. To be precise, it's managed by Thomas, and it's a cool initiative. MobiFlight templates, for example, is a set of different things that you can reuse for creating and designing your own aircraft panels. And then MobiFlight Panels is a repository that already contains panels that were designed for Airbus, for Citation, and other generic, more like style aircraft. But it's really cool. These are designs by the community for the community. So really cool idea, and definitely worth checking out. Let's head back to the connector though and take a look at all the different functions. So what else? I mean, code is one thing and not for everyone like super interesting because coding is not everyone's skill. What else do we got? So I think it's really worth pointing out that I am managing everything, every feature request and every bug report, everything I'm managing in this issues tab. So I'm doing this for many years now, and it creates a lot of transparency. It creates a lot of transparency for you out there, so you know what's on my mind or what's on the community's mind, because we started really to see more contributions, bug reports that made it directly into this issue board. So if you want to report a bug, you can go in Discord and talk about it. You can go in the forum and you can talk about your problem. But in the end, the best thing that you can do is you go to issues on the MobiFlight connector and project, and then you file or you create a new issue. It's super easy. The only thing that you need is a GitHub account. There's also pull requests. Um, for example, there's a typo. Someone reported it. That's Tiger T Thomas from the Discord channel. He went over the firmware source and he discovered something. Or the pull request can also be an entire feature. So this is something when the community provides a code addition, a code change, they provide it as a pull request. And if I'm happy with the pull request, or first we can discuss it, we can make adjustments to it, improvements to it. And yeah, at the end, we can approve it, and then we'll make it into the official MobiFlight release. There's another cool thing called discussions, and I really invite everyone to become part of this. So it's really around the features. It's a little different than from what you would discuss on the forums. Yeah, here it's really about ideas or feedback for particular beta releases, or also for new ideas. So you can see someone has posted something like auto load settings file based on active aircraft, and I see this, and we can start a conversation. We can discuss, we can exchange ideas. So this is really another way of how you can actively contribute without having to code or know how to code. So you can come up and be part of the ideation process. Actions is nothing that is really relevant. There is a project, and the project is super interesting. If you want to follow the process of development, like if you want to stay informed what is going to be uh, what's coming down the pipeline, so to speak. So what is going to be part of the next release, or what I'm currently working on, or what the community is working on, you can go into this project area and click there's just one project, and then we have these different columns. So you can see that in the ready for departure column, there is things that are potentially planned, or they're already planned or potentially ready for implementation. If I decide to work on any of those, I would drag one of these. Let let me sign in real quick. Okay, so here's the so now I'm signed in, and I can actually go and drag over these stories, these issues. Support joystick buttons as MobiFlight button. Whoa, that's kind of, isn't that nice to just already see that this is going to happen? It's a new feature, it's planned, support joystick buttons as MobiFlight button. If you see it in this column, you will know that, hey, someone is working on this. If it's here in this column, this will mean that it has been released in a beta version. And if it's been tested and reported to be good, it's going to be in the release approach column. And eventually, when we are at the point where everything is tested and ready for the release, and I have built the release and published it officially, then it's in the touchdown in the touchdown column. So ready for departure, cruise flight, beta arrival, release approach, and then finally touchdown. So this is pretty cool. Creates a lot of transparency to anyone who is interested. Another cool video, another cool feature is the wiki. So this is actually a community wiki. Anyone who is, anyone can actually go and edit this and add new content, and also, correct things if there's a mistake somewhere, or if you find that information is missing. What I'm doing with this information, I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm kind of curating it. I will move stuff around sometimes a little bit, but it's really also driven by the community. So this is documentation, which is more up to date. I know that this is a big flaw on the MobiFlight official website at the moment, that it's kind of with the screenshots and the descriptions that you find are a little outdated. So we started to come up with a more up-to-date version of the documentation here, and we're doing this as a community approach, and it's really cool to see also what is important to you in terms of documentation. So it's one thing as a developer to come up with assumptions what might be interesting, but this is actually written and provided by you. So this is the information that you are looking for as a community member, as a MobiFlight user. So that's super interesting for me to see, and I really encourage everyone who wants to spend some time to contribute also to this section. Yeah. All right, isn't that like a great thing? I mean, do you understand now why I'm so excited about this move? There's so many different possibilities for you guys to get involved, for you guys to stay informed. So it's far better than what we had before, and I'm really looking forward to receiving your feedback. Put it in the comments, or even on the GitHub, like discussions. Yeah, like go there, share your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe to this channel to always receive notifications when I release a new video. And also go to the website if you haven't done so yet. Create a free user, join the forum, join our Discord server, participate in this awesome community of helpful and super creative people that are all having something in common, that everyone wants to build a home cockpit or certain parts of it for themselves. So with this being said, I hope to see you on the next video. Stay safe, many happy landings, enjoy your cockpit building experience, and of course also enjoy MobiFlight. Have a good day. Bye-bye.